gathered together in this place. The word of God reminds us that one can chase 1,000 and two can put 10,000 to flight. So let's lift up a
Hi, I'm Benita Washington, and you're listening to Pastor Denzel on Glory 93.9.
What's up, worshipers? You are tuned in right now with Pastor Denzel right here on Glory 93.9. Yep.
This is Jay Town, and you're listening to Pastor Denzel on Glory 93.9 FM.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday. It is Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. That's what it is. I was waiting on Cinco de Mayo. I don't know why. I just like saying it. I just like saying Cinco de Mayo.
Remember, you know it?
Yeah, you know it.
You know it now.
You know it now, yeah.
I got it myself, though.
Yeah, you guys, I don't have it. We did the mic check earlier. You didn't check properly. But it's Cinco de Mayo. I just like saying Cinco de Mayo. Listen, everybody, so glad to have you tuned into Glory 93.9. It is time for your favorite talk show for male talk.
God.
To find out what the men them talking about, what's going on in the life of the men them. So we are here at Glory 93.9 for Barbershop Talk. We so glad to have Mr. Carl Ramsey, and who is our sponsor from he's not the sponsor. The Spot is a sponsor, and we encourage you to support the Spot. That is open every Friday and Saturday. Friday is kind of light. That's a light night. You don't get the peas and rice, macaroni, beans, and things of that nature on Friday.
You don't get them no dime.
You don't get no dime.
No.
You just get rice.
Yeah, but don't
sell it like that.
No, because they've been begging for macaroni. So don't say you just get it because you don't get it.
Well, why you don't do macaroni?
No, he ain't coming. He ain't coming. Like when I asked you to come to church, it's just two preservation for half an hour. It's the same thing you do with fits. You do it fits. That's it fit.
You didn't just do it
I call it like shit. I gotta bring it home. You know, so you can understand. Yeah.
I understand.
You praise and worship till you feel like praise and worship is finished. You do what fit. Hey, now I can say something. I want to tell you a huge thank you to all those that came out and supported the Philip Brahmin Medical Fund. I appreciate you. I think him and his family appreciate you, and thank you very much.
I heard it was amazing. I heard the support was amazing on
the
Friday.
support was crazy. It was crazy. Thanks to you too, Marisha Walker, for coming in every day, every Wednesday. Make sure we up and running. We appreciate you, Madam Producer.
Every Wednesday. Oh, you mean
here? Yeah. I say making sure we up and running. I switch like that.
The spot. Don't switch that, man.
Yeah, man. Stay focused. We should thank you though.
Stay focused.
I trying to put that little plug in there. I'm still trying to make up from like 3 weeks ago.
See, that's not hard to say she receive it.
Yeah, there we go. See that?
All right, fine, no problem. Yeah, but that shade wasn't necessary just now. But we encourage you, man. Some of the best food in the country is at the Spot every Friday and Saturday. I don't know why it's just Friday and Saturday, and I need some delivery and stuff like that, man. I don't. What's the minimum for delivery?
You know, man, it's bomb eats. I just want to sign up with Graven, but they ain't really sponsor the show. I need to talk with them. Man.
No, I call in the Spot. I ain't calling them.
No, the Spot don't have no delivery service.
The Spot need to work on that. I want the Spot.
I was trying to get my boy to drive up and down, but he's scared.
How far you got to deliver?
He's scared to drive.
Radio.
And how much you paying?
I pay the
delivery
Spot.
fee.
No.
So you paying for the food?
Yeah, I pay for my food.
But you got to pay for delivery fee too, right?
No. But the Spot got put that in the bill. Because I ain't paying nothing for that. The Spot got to put that in the bill.
That's powerful. Mr. Boss, we talk off
They got to put that in the bill. I pay my food. I owe my food. Now, whatever that gas is, if you don't find it into your cost, that's up to you all.
Mr. Boss, it's not a side income. We got not a stream income.
Tell
them we want car to get beat back.
All right, so we're sponsored by the sports. We encourage you to support them every Friday and every Saturday. How's the mushroom burger being selling? That been going pretty good?
Pretty well.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
It caught?
Yeah, man. You know, people that don't want no meat.
Wow.
Yeah,
A lot of bougie people around here.
Yeah, bougie,
Have you
man.
tried the mushroom burger, Peter?
I like lamb and beef. I like beef and lamb.
You full of mushroom
It's
burger.
KB, all the meat.
And this lamb burger is excellent. So there's no sense in me getting. If I could eat the lamb burger, there's no sense in me eating the mushroom burger. Why pump faking? Put the mushrooms on top of the lamb.
Pull it back? Okay.
Burrow said the lamb burger.
Yeah,
good,
I pulled him
and
down
then
because he was
the
pretty
mushroom
hot.
burger
Okay,
good.
gotcha.
Oh, not me. I had that.
No,
No. I had the
You sign off on
turkey.
turkey burger.
I signed off on the turkey and the chicken burger.
Okay.
I signed off on those.
That's Drake on the island though.
You
Bob.
don't,
Yeah.
You don't have to taste everything to sign off, you know, Mr.
No, I signed
You
off
gotta
on
stop
everything.
that.
I
You
signed
gotta
off
stop
on
that.
everything. But I mean, I could sign off on what I had.
You actually sign off.
Yeah, I actually signed off.
All right.
Especially on that turkey.
All right. Gentlemen, have y'all make sure to share the link out to all of you. We can encourage all of you on Facebook Live to go ahead and share the link.
I have. I can get you all in trouble with it.
In every possible location that you have, all your graduation group, all your class reunion groups.
We talking about
Please go ahead and help us get the word out there.
I can tell you what we talking about. We can get you all in trouble with it.
Peter, man, come on, man. You can't come to the show with a bunch of grown men. You come in with that little kitty bag in front of you, man.
Sorry,
I mean, I really got me down. My mouth was watering for a white cup. Mr. Barrows tell me
I
stop it.
apologize.
They don't sponsor the show either.
I was supposed to call Pastor too, and I forget.
They don't sponsor the show.
I got a friend of mine, a pastoral friend of mine, but open his own coffee shop in a little while. They're at church, and I'm gonna make sure I sponsor that when they get open, and we get him a swing.
Yeah.
And have it right. He can have a consistent customer in us. If it ain't right, I'm passing. Then we can tell you, but it ain't
Hold
right.
on. Wait. Question. I have somebody now who have a coffee shop. In the coffee shop inside the place on Shirley Street. They close on Wednesday.
Yeah, they don't open on Wednesday.
Oh, all right then.
They don't open on.
Because we get to patronize them.
No, but actually, is the coffee shop open? Like coffee shop is full. I never get coffee. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Honestly,
But what y'all doing in here, bro? I'll be honest with y'all.
I didn't know.
Yeah, not here, bro.
I didn't know.
They
I
close-
mean, I didn't be in the shop, but
they-
I never get off a coffee.
They close on Wednesday.
We talk later.
Coffee could still be a promotional item, though.
Yeah, you know, we're talking to the wrong person.
'Cause, I mean,
From the first week I see it. The first week I come here, I see you get food.
That is correct.
The next week, I come with my food. Y'all
Yeah.
gotta beat that. But,
because he come here and just drop five. I'm coffee on the table.
yeah, and then
We put him on the camera,
and that's it.
and we promoting that one name over. Oh, you don't mind supporting that new customer?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's powerful.
New customer now, no clientele I know.
I got you. No, no problem. I ain't fighting.
For everyone he lose again too. God is good.
4.
For
I know it's right.
You didn't want to eat before.
4.
All right then. But listen, all right, so let's get started. All of you on Facebook, welcome. Michelle say Carlos starting out with the shade. Yeah, he's starting out with the shade. He started really with shade. That's all right, Michelle. I got him. I got something for him. Hey, Fabulous Ronnie, good to see you. How you doing? Good to see you. That's my good friend from the Fabulous Wives Club. Haven't heard from y'all in a little while. Hope everything's going well with y'all. All right, let's get started then. Peter's here, Tito is here, and Burroughs is here. Brother Taylor spoke. We had a conversation. He could not make it today, and totally understand, my brother.
Listen, I hope when he don't make it, he at least log in. You know, that's what I hope, man. But at the end of the day, I saw Anwar last week Saturday. He gave me the spot. Yeah.
Oh, Anwar came by.
Yeah, nice.
He had a mushroom burger.
Yeah, nice little vegan plate. No, he came on Saturday. He had some black beans and cassava. But hey, we should invite Anwar on the show. I take back my comments prior to. He's a very intelligent young man. He has a lot to offer.
All right, so
Yeah.
he's on my show, my next show as well.
So I thought he was only, talk about, karate and Thailand and vegan to yeah. But we had a really enlightening conversation.
What y'all talk about?
We talk about the vaccine.
The vaccine.
We talk about the vaccine.
What's his boss on the vaccine?
He was he was saying how each vaccine was made different, or not maybe it's the right word. The method that it was used to be made.
Oh, he's a geneticist.
Right.
Sounds so.
And then he's talking about.
And then you agreed. So
No, that's what he's talking about. He's talking.
Oh, that's a heavy conversation.
No, man. So like the Pfizer, I think Pfizer and Moderna is made by the mRNA.
You think?
Right.
Let's start.
Right. So Pfizer
Mhm.
Moderna is made with the mRNA method.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the delivery method. Yeah,
Right. That's what we're speaking about.
Uh-huh.
And then he even made a point about in Asia where they couldn't travel, they still was allowing people to book tickets to sit on the plane and purchase in cabin snacks and things as an experience as making for days going away. But it wasn't going nowhere.
people was buying it.
People was buying tickets and doing that for true.
That makes sense.
So that's what we talking about different stuff. We was talking about sports.
It's powerful.
But yeah, I just thought he was as a vegan karate fighter, and he's not. And I take that back. And I apologize on there.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
No,
But
he did. He's karate fighter.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said what I said.
Well, it's short, but we need to get Sean the ball.
Yeah, because Shaw was artists on him. Sean and Tito was artists on him.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So anyway, we talked about it last week about this whole idea of once the vaccine and this and that, then you could not have to take tests no more and this and that, which I still don't agree with based on the science, unless there's some evolution in the science since last month.
Uncle Joe's talking something else completely today. Something.
What Uncle Joe say?
I didn't hear Joe today.
Uncle
I
Joe.
didn't Uncle Joe.
What Uncle Joe saying?
Uncle Joe, I'm having an issue now. They have so much vaccine and not enough people to get the vaccine. Yeah.
Why you talking about people get the vaccine?
Because they have vaccine. They have enough vaccine for every person.
But everybody don't want the
Everybody
vaccine.
don't want the vaccine. So they have too much vaccine.
But then they say people get the vaccine, they still what do you call them? Asymptomatic, and they travel in other parts of it and infecting people. That's what they are on other radio station. That's not.
I mean, the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting the disease.
Ain't nobody. I-
Now, Manu, I'm hearing that there's this there are two other new but I heard there's something coming out of Cuba that they said is almost ready to roll out, and that one they said when it comes to prevention is extremely high.
I can believe
That
it.
are to prevent.
But I thought that was already out though.
It only out
No?
in Cuba.
Well, it ain't out to the point of
Okay.
us being able to purchase it,
Okay.
and who knows if it'll ever happen.
Okay.
If the CDC will ever approve it, and the FDA, whoever else need to approve it, who knows if that will happen? I don't know. Then I heard of this other technology. I was supposed to send it to you guys. That is something, and it's some enzyme from the pineapple that they're using, and this thing has been said to be extremely effective with regard of prevention as well as something else concerning COVID-19.
By another year or so, I'm taking it.
Yeah, and we may come up with some. We may hear some things that'll be a whole lot more palatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Within the next few months.
Probably so.
You
And
know.
they changed the patent policy today to allow other pharmaceutical companies to start tinkering around as well. So it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, that we'll find something more palatable. That I think would be.
Which basically
get
mean they didn't make their money. They didn't
More
make their money.
acceptive.
now.
I think it'd be greater buy-in.
Yeah.
Because I mean that whole thing, that deep conversation that you and Anva had,
Yeah.
a lot of persons are not comfortable with that whole messenger RNA science thing. They're not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
That's on the one side, and then there's some other things people ain't comfortable with.
Yeah.
The whole idea of where that stem cells was used in the research,
Absolutely.
aborted cells were used in the research
Process.
process of almost all the vaccines. People have struggled with that, even though it's not in the vaccine. It was used in the whole
The process.
process. The persons have struggles with that, all that kind of good stuff. And then you have some others who just feel like ain't enough time yet for y'all to know what they're gonna do. The people with big head and big nose from the Bahamas.
Which I think is the most of all the concerns. I think that is to
The
me.
long-term effect.
No.
What?
The timing is the most, I think, valid concern.
But are
Based
you,
upon-
are you vaccinated?
Yeah, I didn't say I share those concerns.
You say people them.
I say people them.
Yeah.
So when someone says to me, hey, I don't think they had enough time to see the side effects, I take that into consideration. That ain't like one of them weird, that ain't them some of these things people send on Facebook just to scare people.
Right.
Like, they legit.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when I hear someone say that, I say, okay, teach us.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. I
say
mean,
all the Indians dying and they get the vaccine from India.
And your case different though.
Yeah.
But I said how they use all these flip things.
Yeah, no, I've heard.
That's what they flip. It's like, okay, well, if they send us the vaccine and
how
everybody,
come all them dying?
How come all them dying?
Yeah.
Not, not factoring in when they would have sent it, but their case number was they thought they was cruising.
Sure.
In the world is one of the most some of the most nastiest people I've seen.
Oh, you still on this? You still on this?
What he says, huh?
Yeah. The only one. Yeah.
Say some of the nastiest.
Oh,
people.
Peter.
Indians.
You repeat
That,
that.
that's a very unfair statement to make.
That's unfair.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
He made a comment last week.
Yeah,
off air, too.
that's not nice.
No.
You know what? He has no.
I would support you for that.
Yeah.
That is in,
But he
Who you-
was.
who
He
was-
was
how much you know?
I think he was Slumdog Millionaire.
yeah. I
I talking about based on the numbers I see and how they.
Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Based on what I saw on the report.
What report?
And okay, so they have this river that runs through India, right?
Be very careful.
how much people in India?
1.7 billion people.
All right. So if you see some video you see on Facebook or something you watch on the news,
Oh, it's obviously Facebook. You know.
something you saw on Facebook with a handful of Indians.
That was in a handful, sir.
But how much people? How many people you saw?
Based on what they were saying, that had to be at least about a quarter.
Of all Indians?
I would understand why they were getting sick.
A quarter of all Indians?
Yeah. That's
Impossible.
how the river run through India, based on what they were saying.
Activities doing this river, allegedly.
Sewer comes down in the river. In that same river, they would wash, they would bathe, they would burn the bodies.
Whatever you see in whatever remote part of India you watch, that is
that was a remote part. But I would understand why.
yeah, but you can't look at that one segment. That's like somebody taking us.
Whole continent of people.
No, I mean 1.7 billion people, and you see one little video there.
I
and you can
tell
do that.
him. I tell him last week. I tell him last
Only
week.
2 set of people in the world.
I
that's
tell him
the
la-
majority of the people.
I tell him last week not to do that.
Why don't know what? This is my opinion, though.
You were saying us your opinion. You saying us facts.
That's why I see a lot of them getting sick.
That's
So
how you
based on
believe. That's how you believe.
well, based on the reports that coming out of there.
My
On Facebook.
my former co-worker, we had actually started a business together. He did a 20-day trip to India. Some collaboration with Rotary there for like 3 weeks. And he said to me as he worked his way through, because he said as you get closer to the border with China, it's amazing. He said how amazing it is because you get closer to the border of China, the Indians, their face changes.
Next.
They start to look differently. They still 100% Indian, but he says it's amazing that you drive because they travel almost the whole of India. I'm going back and forth. And he said when they got to parts of India, he says he feels as though we need to tear our hotels down and start over. When it comes to the level of service and the quality that they offer,
Different
the standard,
provinces,
whatever the case is, and then you go to different parts of whatever the case is. So, and reality is that's the case with, to me, almost every nation in the world. That depends on where you land.
But then parts you say every nation in the world, but only really two major part of the people make Indians and China. It's the majority part of the world. One is 2.4 billion and one is 1.7 billion.
Technically, they're the same. They listed as the same.
You know Jamaicans is bad in washing the river too, though.
They're Asian.
Yeah, but I just saying. But hold on, you trying to say it's almost like 3 people over here and 500 people over here. You can't compare them 3 to 5. If 100 over here get sick versus the 2, that's still a lot more people.
Has it been proven?
But I know this sewer, this sewer thing.
Has it been
Yeah.
proven that water and that sort of contamination, that the virus jumps through that? Has that been proven?
Based on what I saw, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was proven, but okay.
The views expressed just now with those of Tito Bell.
That's Tito.
See, unlike y'all, I don't need to be the popular guy to stand over there and say, you know what I'm going to do. I don't mind standing over myself.
That's fine.
I've been there before.
Not to change the subject.
I ain't scared.
But please change it.
We understand.
Yeah. What concerns me? First of all, let's all take a moment to, express our sympathy to the fire that that's
I come in there. Oh, I gotta come there.
But there was a comment.
5 years.
5 years.
Let's
There was a comment.
let's make sure we clarify that.
By a video I saw on WhatsApp. And a popular phrase was uttered at the end of the video. And I think we just dance around, but we don't address.
What is it?
The person said, after these people's houses or buildings and businesses or whatever were lost, the person then jump up and say, they had direct message for the minister. And the person said, and I quote, we wait to see what the government gonna do. I find that comment interesting.
In which way?
What you mean it would be?
Like come to the rescue or to clean up?
No cleanup, boss. Not cleanup. Because
To
they were
rebuild.
actually cleaning up.
Or you mean to rebuild? If they can rebuild homes?
Yeah.
Yes.
But
What
you
the
don't probably
government
believe
will
they're
do.
supposed to.
To rebuild homes?
Yes.
You believe the government should rebuild homes?
You know, in a sense, yeah.
Okay, good. And by that mentality, then there's no need for insurance in this country anymore. We don't need insurance industry.
Well, that's a different level.
No, that no.
Nah, one person affected though.
So is the amount of people affected?
Yes, based on
So
the
if
amount of people
one house
affected.
burned down, the government ain't responsible. But if a numerous houses
How
burn
many
down, the
houses
government
burned down? How many people's affected?
Let's say 10 people houses burned down. Let's say 10 people.
I think it was 9 houses.
That's a lot of people. No, that's a lot of families.
So let's say 15.
That's a lot of families.
So let's say 4. So what's the number?
It isn't a mandatory that they assist them,
No, but you just said
You
so.
just say
but
so, though.
he should throw a helping blow.
He should drive him blue.
Why?
Okay, why?
It's a catastrophe. Something major could happen down in that area, English
So
area.
suppose persons still who lost their houses chose not to have insurance on their homes.
Maybe they couldn't afford insurance on Peter.
Oh, maybe they couldn't. Maybe they chose to have other things except insurance. Who fault is that?
It's their fault.
So what should happen when they made that personal decision?
They got to suffer the consequences.
Not according to what you're saying.
But again, it's the government trying to help him blow. They need that blow right now to make them look
So
good.
if eight house burn down in my area, who's supposed to help us?
You all should get help too.
From the government?
Yeah, man.
You really feel that way?
Yeah.
So
Throw them blow.
if 8 houses burn down in Life Key, the government should help them do?
See now, you're stretching it. You're trying to mix the rich and the poor.
Also,
Yeah,
only the poor.
yeah, but-
So it's only the poor. The government's
Only
supposed to
the
help.
poor.
It's no Tito. It's
More than
no,
likely-
Tito.
more than
It's
likely,
principle.
the people in
It's
Life
it's principle.
More than likely, the people in Life Key have insurance.
It's principle. It's principle.
Why would why I need insurance if the government pay for the stuff? Why should anyone get insurance? Why should we have insurance,
They ain't
period?
paying, they're assisting.
Of what?
The
Of
government.
whose money?
The government costs the fire.
Our money.
The government
We
costs the
all
fire.
go under the board.
Why should my taxpayer money go to your house?
That's just how it go, Pete.
No, that ain't how it goes.
The
That's how
government
you
costs the
want it.
fire.
No, that's
No,
how you
The
want it.
government costs the fire.
No.
So why they get a whole lot of blame?
But you're on hard list, but
We ain't on that list.
So
I
the
don't
government's supposed
I don't think we
I
can
don't
say
think
it's the
it's a must,
government's
but just a
responsibility. That's how you began.
Right.
So that's where I can't go with this being their responsibility. But however, there are, I mean, at a certain extent, there are certain things that you look to the government to
Absolutely.
serve as a support system for.
certain programs. You put certain programs.
So let me ask you a question. I feel in this little country, my personal opinion, plenty money in this country. Plenty.
Mhm.
It may only be one set of people, but plenty money in this country.
Couple set of people.
Right? So why the pressure on these people who have this money to help out? Why the pressure on you on the government?
Let me say this. I think
What are you asking?
we'd be surprised to know how many people will help and the kind of assistance that they will get before this whole thing's over. Our people are more giving than we realize. I can say that too. Our people are more giving now. One of the challenges is, I think, I gotta be careful what I say. I gotta be careful what I how I say what I say.
And who manages it?
No,
When they give it?
not even that.
Anyway, keep on talking. I can start. I can start.
I don't want this. I just
Yeah, man.
I want someone to tell me where personal responsibility starts and where personal responsibility ends.
It don't start trouble
Yeah.
with being
That's
entitled.
why we
Because
can't
you're
let you be
entitled.
the prime minister.
You're entitled.
Because ain't nobody can get no help.
See,
you
what-
get help based on your status according to you.
couple
You
things.
ain't put in the work.
First and foremost, how you can get help based upon your size? There are programs that everyone eligible for to put in place. What I will not do is come there to dump government funds on people when people have made personal decisions.
But I've seen, but my whole thing is with that, right? You can't assist these people in certain areas, right? It ain't got to be all out build a house, make it a smash job, magnificent collab or whatever.
Right.
Just throw a little blow.
What's a little blow?
That's it. It's $500,000 to build them nine house back.
If the government
How much? How much? What?
500,000.
I say hypothetically, they say if it's 500 to build up that to build them nine house back.
First of all, let's see what numbers in the families that are really affected? How much kids in the house?
First
But it
thing,
says,
But Tito, I give you a
people
major.
who-
I
I
give
don't
you
know.
a
We
major
don't know.
number.
It might be one person in the house. It
Tito,
might be
Tito,
two people
it
in the
don't
house.
matter.
Based
It's
on that.
400,000 to build 9 houses back. How much blow the government should throw?
I don't think it should go by how much houses. It should go based on who really effective, who all in the house. If a
So
family
how
come to
you can
ask
tell
you-
me?
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
no. So no,
If
no,
a
Tito.
family come to you right now,
No,
with 3
Tito,
kids,
Tito. So how you
a
can
father
tell
and a mother,
me?
and they ask, say, Carlo, give me 50 cents.
So Tito, how you can tell me?
Versus-
How you can tell me because you got 3 children and your house burned down, and me one live in my house and my house burned down, that their house more important than mine, and all our house burned down than
Again,
mine.
based on circumstance.
What
It's whatever
circumstances?
you want.
Circumstances the house burned down.
Someone can take you in, bro.
Who can take me in? Who can take me in?
One person rather than
Who can take me in?
That's your business.
Yeah, but see, my house in the 9 house, you know. I was an innocent person. I ain't started the fire. I don't know the fire get started. My house in the 9. You can't come to me and say, "Oh, I can build back 8," and because you working and there's only you one, you can build yours back. How am I not even?
If
He's
the
supposed
gov-
I the only family member left. I get on my living.
If
You
the
take me in?
government come there tomorrow and say, first thing we waive in is any work permit, any permits needed to rebuild these houses, stuff we doing. The government can send architecture people from the Ministry of Works to help you all redesign your homes. Any furniture and housing supplies and stuff.
everything you shipping, duty free.
They duty free. Boom.
That's it.
Is that assistance?
That's the best you. That's the most you should get.
Get them for 10 grand each. They get started.
So now you give them 10 grand.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
10 grand. So that's 90 grand.
Same set of money they probably
So
waste
now
when they go and they
that's
live
90 grand.
and you know,
90 grand. You
spend
will get
that
no
money.
tax. You get no duties. 90 grand, no duties. And then you get the architects coming there doing work for free. When you do it, that's regular salary.
Don't forget
extra
that.
money.
Why you paying your house insurance?
90 grand.
Why you mandated to pay yours?
That's about 130
How many
grand.
people think house insurance, Peter?
How much people don't have house insurance?
You'll be amazed.
And they taking it. I wouldn't be amazed.
You'll be amazed.
I wouldn't be amazed.
So all that means is the risk you take is the
But
risk
that's
you
the risk
take.
you take. That's the risk you take.
Yeah. They do have to
See,
suffer.
I don't. Iron is leaning as hard on the insurance side as Peter is, but I mean, I totally get the point. I think that there's some things that the government can do, and some code things that if we were in the place that is more of a, what's that word you call them, whatever, it's a little something society like the U.S. They like sue.
Right.
But that whatever. So what I try to find it is slipping me.
Yeah.
They like sue. If we was in that kind of community, government would be getting plenty sue.
Yeah.
Plenty lawsuits.
Absolutely.
I thought this way Tito was going.
Yeah.
But he ain't going there. He going with them, helping them to bail them out. But like stuff like this, is there zoning that prevents me from lighting fires in those kind of communities?
Oh, probably is. But does it abide by? Probably no.
Because you should not be allowed to light a fire.
Anyone will go there? Anyone?
No, I'm just talking.
But see, no one will go there.
See,
Yeah.
those again
But
the things that
they
government that we need to have.
even talking about that.
We need to have conversations about.
They ain't talking about that.
I
No.
hear people talking about the fact that the fire engine didn't have no water when it reached, and I hear someone say, "Why would?" I heard the commissioner say, "Why would we set a fire engine without no water?" And all, and I found that part of the conversation riveting. But I ain't never had a part of the conversation how the fire start.
That's my question. How the fire start?
I can't say it factually, but I have heard on several occasions, and again I can't. I wasn't in the yard. I was heading to Pearl Island, so I don't know how it started. But based on what I heard is that there was some sort of outside fire. Somebody was burning some stuff.
And the wind blow.
But
Right.
no, it's not. Dog eat your lunch.
Yeah. So
Wind blow the wrong way.
I've been hearing talks about fire hydrants and things of that nature.
That's a norm in that area.
What?
Like the fire truck.
Oh,
It definitely is, and to
is
me,
it norm in the inner city?
to me there needs to be. I hope this leads to a campaign, and a lot of noise out there by these same people who like campaign and be in these corners about these yard fires. To me, there shouldn't be any yard fires in these communities. It's just too densely populated. But back to that whole water thing and low pressure situation and all that kind of stuff.
Again,
You know,
It's not the first time you've heard that again.
How's that happen? How's that happen though?
interestingly enough, I was designing a water system for a relatively affluent community here in the country. And I've been doing so many of the not so affluent communities. So I had relaxed to our standards when it comes to the amount of fire hydrants or fire wells. You know, we have both here in the country, fire hydrants and fire wells. So I got so relaxed to what our standards have been as opposed to what I was taught. And so in this affluent community, I went with what we do here. And I got a call and said, where you think you is? They said, not here. We need one of these every 800 feet. Every 800 feet.
Well, I know what that is.
I say
when you drive through there, you can see you get count them.
when I
get count them.
When I did these calculations and did these things in school, around 800 feet. If you get more than 1,200 feet, you having a problem. So it's typically 800 feet is a fire hydrant.
And who pays for that? By the way, who pays for that?
No, the developer. That's part of the developer, but that's put in place.
Right?
Yes, sir. He puts that in place.
So that means if every 800 feet cost me 600 fire hydrants, and I could go. I go 1,200 feet.
I go every 3,000 feet.
I'd give you nothing.
I can do a development. Just put one in it.
Put one in it the whole thing.
Put one at the gate.
Right.
Put one on front.
Yeah.
When you turn off the main road, you just put one there.
Whatever happens,
Boy, that's powerful.
It just happened.
Yeah. So how much y'all got in your community government?
I don't know, but
You have a lot?
I know one. I know one for certain because it's close by us.
We only think but fires when they happen.
Yeah.
Let me say this to you.
Right. So even if you have to think about it, like if you buy, let's say you buy a black BMW, now every time I see a black BMW, I say, oh, well, Tito have one of them. Like now it becomes more prominent because
Right.
I know I have something to relate it to. Related to. If I have nothing related to, then it's just I'll drive past them every day and don't see them.
Let me expand this conversation a little bit, and then anybody who listens who want to call any engineer or person that calls me, that's fine. This country does not have this island. We don't produce enough water to provide fire flow for this island. Nowhere near.
Not very close.
When you're doing a development and you're doing your numbers for water demand, fire flow is more than what you need for the people. So let's say we need 10,000 gallons per day for the people.
I mean,
You're gonna need more than that for fire.
Absolutely.
So persons, if you pay in to produce that water, so we can put this thing in context. If you pay in to produce that water, you ain't gonna want to invest. Hold on. So you only need 100 gallons per day, 100 gallons. And you tell me I must actually quadruple that for fire? Man, ain't gonna be no fire around here, man. We can be all right. When last you see a fire through this corner?
Ain't enough fire happening for me to take that.
Right. And so what happens is when you think about those numbers, I hear the conversation. I hear the conversation and the people talking about it now, but
well, how deep should a fire well be? Supposed to be, and a fire well is attached to a fire hydrant.
yeah, it has a head on top for
Right.
the. But then in that instance, when you have a fire, then you need more often than not, you can need a pump on that fire truck to pull that water out. Because you have a kind of pressure coming out.
So when water is coming,
You had it one more time. Don't just shoot past that. You can need a pump
to pump it out.
to pull that out. The fire hydrant is attached to the city supply.
You need a fire truck. You need a
So-
fire truck with a pump.
When you have a fire
Well,
hydrant,
fire hydrant.
you open that nozzle, the water's supposed to come shooting out,
Right.
right?
Right.
When you have a fire well, that's a standalone.
Oh, it's a standalone. All right.
Fire well is fire hydrant. It's a
Okay.
standalone,
So the fire
and there would
well-
need to be a pump on the fire on the fire truck to pull that water out that well.
Oh. So the fire hydrant.
I think let's talk to something else now. I think I exposed too much information because
I guess.
because it's making this thing a whole lot more interesting.
No,
And a whole lot of developments in this country don't have fire hydrants; they're fire wells. So how many of our trucks are equipped with the fire pumps
I just wanna
to
ask
pull
you.
that?
So how much?
And that ain't political because successive governments have bought fire trucks.
But people take fire serious because at the end of the day, okay, how much of us got smoke detectors in our house?
Man, not a lot.
Yeah, much people got them. Nah, when I've been in the States, when I grew up in the States, for that 5-6 years, listen, that smoke detector thing, that's a mega thing for them. You don't play with that.
Yeah, because
That's
they running
very important.
they running proper protocol.
But
You
other
can't
people else around here got smoke detectors.
I still lost though. I still lost. So let me understand something, Dental.
Mhm.
So when WSC come through my neighborhood and crack the seal on the little red thing and let the water run for about an hour and a half. That coming from city down the fire well.
Yeah, city. That's city water.
Yeah, they just letting us stay water.
That's city water. They can't. If you open a fire well, ain't nothing coming out.
Nothing coming out.
Mm-mm.
So how far from a hydrant should it be a fire well?
No, some developments they use fire. See, another challenge is that for a long time, Water and Sewage Corporation was losing more water than is making than water was getting paid for.
In the ground.
There's a lot of water leakages, and that's one of the reasons that this option was made to go with the fire wells, because at least that's because they found that a lot of the points of the leakages were fire hydrants. That they're having a lot of leakages there because lack of maintenance, whatever the case is, or whatever reason that they're having some. That's one of the points of leakages.
They ain't making no money.
And that's another thing they're making. So all that water waste, and that's why you had that big. Y'all remember that big Mia project when Mia came here, and their whole thing was to find these leaks in the system. So in order to resolve that issue, that's one of the things is to lower the demand of water on the system was to do the fire wells. So typically you don't see fire well. Usually you're putting wells there, you're putting hydrants there. And the more affluent developments demand that they get their fire hydrants. Now, it's still cute.
Is a small circle?
It looks from the naked eye, it's kind of hard to separate that's a fire hydrant, that's a fire well.
Oh, okay.
So for the layman,
I didn't know.
for the layman, you wouldn't know. Oh, there's a well, there's a hydrant.
The top is the same.
Kind of close. Yeah, kind of sort of.
Oh, okay.
So.
But if they open up the water flow, that's a hydrant.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
That's on the system.
Right. Oh, so
that water coming to there.
I have a hydrant on my gun then. No fire. I don't have fire well. So every other day it comes through.
Congratulations.
They let the water run down and drain rusty dirty water.
Yeah, that's the flush system out.
All right, okay.
So, yeah, I just making sure I don't get no text from nobody from my line of work. Say I talking too much.
Yeah, no,
but this ain't hard to find out. No. I mean, this ain't this what I'm saying is public.
Ain't no one will find out.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They ain't really.
They ain't concerned. Like Dino say, they don't care.
So anyway, so that again, but none of this matters until we have a fire.
Right.
Then when there's a fire, now this becomes a big. But we don't. I asked Maurice to get someone in my office. I don't know. She probably couldn't put a hand on it. But this is show you all what fire flow really entails. It's a lot of flow. Fire flow is a lot of water.
And there's a hydrant to the end of the corner. If I'm mistaken.
There may be a structure there.
You want mistaken for a pump, water pump?
No, not to the end of the corner. Water pump should be the end of the corner. Water pump be the middle of the corner.
Let's say a fire hydrant was there. What's your pump?
Now the next question is what's the pressure at the hydrant?
That's what I'm going to ask you. What's your pump?
I don't know.
Because I need to get out there.
Sell food, man.
Based on the structures of the houses that would burn. That could be going in about 15 minutes.
But mind you, it's spread to all the houses now. It might not have been 9. It might have been 3.
Yeah, and that can take long.
Depending on the time of day, that water pressure probably is coming out like because in my area, don't let fire happen in the middle of the night. Fire happen in the middle of the night.
You might as well get bail water bucket. You better bail water bucket.
After saying now between 12 and 6.
Boy, I remember that 11 out east.
Don't follow that.
Boy, 11 out east.
Fire come, you just after
Fire law is really rough.
Boy, if you don't bail by a certain time out east, you're in trouble.
Just bathe in the morning.
I remember some nice guy for football practice way from Florida Charlie. We show him no water brush. Go and go sleep till the water kick back in.
That's a good right.
For us to be rough.
So damn kick back in.
I don't know, 12:30. Go on the clock. Sometimes they fall asleep on the floor and they will over 5 o'clock. I get to bed. Can't lay in bed for the day. So I wear a day for my phone. That's like cake, boy.
I get some comments. Let me I want to go find something real quick in my office. I can let you read these comments. Couple comments here, and I just give me about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. I want to find something. I want just to kind of appreciate this.
So where are you starting from? All right, we can start from Kenise Rose. Okay, good. Kenise Rose Fraser.
Hey, Kenise.
She said the Joint Gazette.
That's my girl. There they go.
Why not? Doc Stubbs say good stuff. Michelle Johnson Monroe say that was good, Peter. Good evening from Alicia Roll. Good evening, everybody. Cody Cash, you shouldn't be using water to put out fire.
What?
That's what he say. It's chemically making the fire worse. You know, you gotta Mr. Cash up us with that. And Reno say good info, Pastor. It is the government. Is the government really responsible for those homes? There should be there should be no distinction on who needs help. If you said assistance should be granted, I don't agree with you, Tito. There you go. That's Michelle Johnson Monroe. Then Cody Cash says, "Pro water is no good. Is not a good source for water." It says that is why it takes so many hours to kill them and put the fire out. Tito Noel say, Tito sound like boy, Peter want them people. What do you say? Say Peter want them people out of South.
So.
Say he went out of the South to build them house back. Reno says also one of the yards had a large amount of pallets. See, I know that's the area. They use pallets. Anyway, I know I was thinking right. Says also one of your yards had a large amount of pallets. So any jungle man who knows the amount of heat pallets generate. Nothing you want to be close to. See, that's what I told. They make like furniture. They make furniture, like pallet furniture through the corner. I know I was thinking that. The government is not responsible for those homes, but if others would like them to assist, they can. I sympathize with those people that lost everything. Yeah, I know that. Say, Cody say he'd explain it, Tito. He said he'll explain it. He can explain it.
With the water.
He can explain it.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you got to clear up there, though.
Will you have another bag of fun?
If the fire truck barely got water, you want to do something else.
But I mean, I see a little white foam thing that some people in some fire.
We barely got water. You know what? Let's keep the foam in the truck.
You know, I don't. You know what? I think I'm. There you go. But yeah, see, I know that's.
We ain't sure they barely had water. That's
Tito say, but we don't say correct. I know that's right. Should I see him going on halfway? I think that's where that fire might have started. No, like I don't know if it started there, but I went to say through that corner there's make furniture from pallets. And we don't just confirm that.
You trying to say furniture store burn down?
No, oh my! You know what?
But all about it.
Be careful.
Being disgusted, man. Being disgusted.
You got your everybody?
Yeah. We waiting on Cody Cash. Cody Cash say you shouldn't use water without fire.
Yeah, anybody know? I saw his comments. I wanted to get to it. Y'all know? Anybody know Cody Cash?
No, I don't know Cody Cash. Who's Cody Cash?
I don't know who he is. I mean, and he may have some valid. It may be a valid point.
He did say he's going to explain
on
it.
video get a liable suit against him with the fame and the leader of opposition.
The fellow wasn't read out.
Maybe them, you know.
Let me say this. Let me get Cody Cash here. Cody Cash, if you want to call in, the number to call is 828-3543. You talking about I kind of know what you're talking about, but let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know if we have the capacity or the financial resources to do what you're probably going to suggest.
You won't have to worry about that part because the answer to that is no.
But I can allow
go get desk for during the school.
828-3543 is the number to call. 828-3543.
You know what I mean?
They said count bullet down there by the station.
Why don't you behave yourself?
Y'all gotta stop, but y'all roach, you know. Some of the things y'all say don't be called for judo.
Nah, I mean, but it's a number of things that
do we count bullet or not?
Things like these.
Not no more.
I am minding Mr. Wilson. there are a whole lot. When these kind of things happen, they expose a lot of deficiencies in the system.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I agree, something I heard Minister of Health said the other day, is that one of the things that COVID did is that it exposed just the level of inefficiencies that exist in the government system and things of that nature. And I want to agree with that idea that that's what crises tend to do, because it now starts to it lift that.
I wonder if somebody tell him say that.
Well, I think it's abundantly clear when these things happen.
Anyone want to deal with government over our lifetime can tell them that.
Yeah,
you need to put them.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is go down to one government office for one day.
Stop you are able to see what was going on.
Hey, not all government officers. So could you please stop that?
Your government or your grace? Y'all full government?
We full.
They full government.
All full government.
So behave yourself.
All them.
Don't show off now.
Let me say this though. I here's the thing, and I want to ask you all take on this.
First, be very careful.
How many of you know persons that are affected in that fire through Jenny Street? Any of y'all know anybody?
No.
How do we help them?
Coco.
No. Help. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hear my point. Okay. Let's ride. No. Let's ride that. We do a cookout.
Right.
We raise $8,000. What you do with that?
How you get it to them?
What do you do with $8,000?
Buy supplies.
For who?
I mean, you got
See, everybody getting there with.
You're gonna have to split that.
Everybody getting with campaign shirt. Everybody doing all this stuff they're doing. How do you do that?
You got to first find who are affected by the fire.
But you see the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that everybody doing these wonderful things and having these wonderful photo ops and helping and wonderful. Who is saying, okay, let's get this thing organized so we can figure out how we can really help these people?
First,
Because there are people who want to help.
Ministry of Works that come there first and figure out the housing situation there.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
And how much house is supposed to be there in the first place?
That is the first thing they do.
No.
You sure you want to open that up?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to open it up.
So hold on.
No, I hear your point, but you sure that you sure?
You have to.
You can't. Very careful.
You can't do it.
You gotta be very careful.
Peter, you can't do that.
Hold on.
Why can't do that?
You see what time? You see what time?
What are y'all gonna tell me?
So now you telling me
Go ahead, Godfrey.
if the 9 houses is supposed to be there
Correct.
and only 6 supposed to be there, 3 need to move.
No, you don't need to move. You get move. You already been moved.
Which
Where we putting you?
where we putting you?
Oh, that's
Because
on
now that becomes
Oh, no, I don't need
now. No,
No, that can't be on me, Peter.
That can't be on me,
Who
Peter.
owns the property?
You ain't got no legal right to be here.
Listen. See, it's a particular.
You got any legal right to be here? I see you fixing your. How
No,
you know?
when I was there, I had legal right to be there.
No, when you were there, you were there illegally.
No, that you can't assume that.
No, I could assume it.
No,
Which one I
Okay.
can't assume
because
it?
if I got
No.
3 houses in my yard that is 60 by 80,
Yes, sir.
and they've been there for the last 50 years,
And
I get
hold
it.
on, and the building code just changed now to say you should have these amount of. You can't now penalize me
Right.
based on your new code.
But I know people, Pastor, I know people who's penalized. I know of a particular church that thought they was doing the right thing and knocked the whole bad boy down, and they've been there for 60, 80 years. And the people say, no, you can't build it back.
Absolutely.
Now,
They say they can't build it back. That's on the codes.
I don't see that as the same.
That's different.
Because
scenario.
you went ahead and did a demolition,
Yeah.
and you didn't do your homework.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
So Tito,
I will put myself out there, but there's some areas where you got some coffee places and some other places, some other areas where they like butt tight, and they've been that way for like almost 60, 70 years. If God bid something was to happen and it burned down, they ain't let you build it back there, Pastor.
Tito.
Based on the code.
Tito.
You say coffee shop, you say what it is?
yeah.
I don't want to necessarily call it a spot.
No, I try to understand what you're talking about. Because to me,
The coffee shop,
residences is totally different.
Let's
but
say
I'm saying
someone.
the coffee shop
No.
break down the
Yes.
corner here.
Hold on,
Let's
before
say-
you go,
right?
so listen, Tito. So Tito.
If the buildings on the side that burned down, based on the code, they can't build them houses back.
Tito.
I'm going to speak to
Because
this.
based on the building,
I'm
they
going
too
to
tight.
speak to this matter, as you know, intimately. Let's say somebody here have a lot like what they're discussing, right?
Yeah.
Let's say somebody have a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So someone would know exactly what we're talking about, correct?
Mhm.
The lot is designed for what? The lot is designed for one.
Yes.
And someone has allowed 5 dwellings.
That look like 6.
It's actually 7, but let's not get to that. because one come up after
Right.
that someone don't even know about.
In
Right.
inside the boundaries of the property.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, now continue.
Right. BEC has been power's been illegally run there.
See, that's different. See, I don't what illegal. See that
No,
now.
no,
The government ain't gonna let you build. We said it's government ain't gonna let you build it.
The government's not going to
That's
allow
right.
you if
That's
those
right.
structures and those structures been there from, let's say, someone who is 27 years old. Let's say those structures have been there from someone who before that.
But you saying they're illegal?
They are yes.
There was a
They-
time when
illegal,
these
illegal.
things were not illegal.
They ain't illegal. BBL. He's saying BBL.
They have a legal connection.
Yes, illegal action.
But
Yeah,
are the sports where the people live?
can't-
The
Are
sports they're quite legal under those times.
You cannot tell me that if I own this, all right. If I'm not,
First of all, you don't own.
hold on. If I am not in a gated
Because
community,
there are persons that own
right,
through Jenny Street. I
Right.
went there and I spoke with some owners.
Right,
They own.
Right.
right.
So,
And
so we can't assume everybody there,
Right.
but no, them people own it.
All right.
And let me say this for the defense of people who don't know this, that quite a few of them, based on what I heard just today and speaking to one of the owners, have insurance. So let's make sure we clear. So we don't do this and then we end up call from
And those
my people.
persons that have insurance.
So Peter, if Denzel own a lot in Jenny Street,
Mhm.
and Denzel say, okay, I was living here from I was 10, and I only have a little 2-bedroom structure, and Tito is my good friend. I said, Tito, you can build one little 2-bedroom something on the
with
back.
Ministry of Works permission.
Well, if Ministry of Works approve it or don't approve it, that ain't my concern. I
Oh,
say that ain't my concern.
problem.
But hold on, let me get to my point. You
Get to your point then.
You
Well, I got somebody who I know the number. I want the person to call. This is an architect.
Yeah.
Somebody's very well informed and a pastor. So this good perspective.
Going off.
The number to call is 828-3543.
You won't let me finish. You won't let me finish.
828-3543.
You can't finish that.
You can't finish that.
Ain't nothing to
Finish
finish
your
about.
scenario.
Pastor, don't
Hold
allow
on.
him to finish that.
So listen, when you building, you have boundaries from outside, right? You got to be this amount
Right.
off the road,
Right.
this amount from your next neighbor, this amount from your next neighbor,
Right.
this amount from the road.
Right.
So if I build within those parameters,
Let me give him a call in. Caller, please call back for me, please. Please call back. Caller, I missed your call. Call back. My man who watches
That's
the
the man.
phone.
You have to do that to me every week.
I know you
put
talking.
me-
I know
you
you
put
talking.
the phone in front of you.
Finish, sir.
Finish before the call comes. Because
So
once the call, I take the call.
I was like, how am I breaking the law?
You gotta go by the building codes.
What's the building codes?
You gotta go find out where you want to build 30 little.
Let me get this call in.
halls.
The call coming in.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk.
Thank you for having me, Bishop.
Man, glad to have you, my brother. Talk to me.
If the houses were built before the code was changed and they were destroyed, they cannot be grandfathered and they have to meet the new code.
Mm.
So you cannot build them back exactly how they were, because you have to apply for new building permit,
Wow.
which will be in adherence to the new code.
This is
And
That's what I thought.
just for record purposes, the standard side setbacks are 8 feet
right.
for 1 story,
Mm-hmm.
10 feet for 2 story,
Mm-hmm.
about 25 feet in the front, and sometimes 15 to 20 feet in the back.
But my fellow bishop, fellow brother, and fellow professional. So we get a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
How do we? Since I have you on the phone, let me use you, and I appreciate that update of information. And I still hold to my point. Those people who had those houses, how then, with the 25 feet front offset, what's it in the back? 45. What's the back again?
No, the back is about 15 to
15 feet. All right. So that's 40 feet gone from front and back from the property, and we got 8 feet from the sides.
Right.
Because everything there was 1-story buildings.
Right.
How them people can build back, brother Bishop architect builder?
They can't unless they put 1 structure there. They only allow them to put 1 structure.
Even if it's inside the boundaries.
Even if it's inside the boundaries. By virtue of the density
Yep.
that they want to put there, town planning won't allow it based on what they allow now.
Okay, that's the architect side of you. Now I need the bishop side of you. How we can help these people? What do we do then?
We could be, I mean, if they are separate families, the only thing that you could do is give them a structure that is segregated on the inside. That is cut up so that you could have different rooms that serve the purposes they need.
So build one structure big enough to hold everybody and within the boundaries.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, this is powerful.
Yeah.
This is powerful.
And they've gotten a lot more stringent now too.
Well, that's what I know. And I was wondering how they were going to handle this, because my thing is that these persons, when they were there, they were okay. They were because those houses have been there for a very, very long time.
Yeah, they were. We call them grandfathered in.
Yes.
Grandfathered in.
So question. So let's say, is it possible that 9 lots was not? Let's say that
Not 9 lots. Let's say nine structures.
9 structures. So that space that the 9 structures was on is only equally about 8 lots.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. If it's like that, then you'll lose one structure. If you follow what I'm saying, because they only allow one structure per lot based on the size of the lot.
Wow.
And the density. The density is the big issue right now. The fact that those houses were able to burn so quickly was because they were so close. It isn't necessarily the material. It's also the location.
Right.
The fact that they were so close.
Right.
And nowadays, if you have a house or a building, even in the same yard, let's say I have my main house in the same yard and I got space for a pump room in the back, okay? As long as that pump room is 5 feet or closer, you got to connect the 2 buildings. My code. Because they say the very thing that happened, the fire could jump from one building to the next. So for you to get that fast in permitting, you actually have to connect the 2 buildings.
If it's 5 feet or less.
Or something, 5 feet or less.
So, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Stephen. Stephen, you informed me now. So you're saying if you have a standalone structure, wash house, or utility room, whatever the case is, if it's within 5 feet, you got to connect it.
You got to connect it. Yep. And of course, not everybody is telling that what they do.
Well, that's what I said, because I didn't know that.
Well, boss, you got to connect your pool house.
Why you get my personal business?
Yeah, that was petty, boss.
Why you get my personal business? Please finish up, Brother Bishop Architect.
Yeah. Again?
No, this young man to my right trying to be petty. He tells me I need to connect my pool house. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
We don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. I don't know what he's talking about. Any other questions y'all have? Because he bringing a whole lot of light to this to help understand this.
Is there a size limit for property within the country?
The size limit is dictated by the setbacks that I just mentioned to you, and depending on the size of the property, those setbacks, what we call them, would increase. Like if your property is 10,000 square feet or more, you could very well have to be 40 feet off the front property. You see? Because they figure the property is big enough to hold something and still have that space around it. So
there's no minimum then. Per se.
Not unless you go into private communities like Old Port Bay, Albany, and Laifiki. There is a minimum. But in out across the hill, over the hill, whatever, no, there's no minimum. No.
Excellent.
The minimum comes in. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The minimum will come in when you have a bedroom. Like a bedroom can't be less than 8 feet deep. Okay, because it makes it uninhabitable if you go 5 feet per bedroom. Because most people are between 4 and 6 feet high. So if you got to get around the bedroom. So then a bedroom, for instance, has to be minimum 8 feet deep. So that gives you an idea of what you have to do, you know?
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Very informative. Informative.
My brother, always good to hear from you, man. We need to connect again real soon. I appreciate this call. And if these fellas try to corner me again, call back to help me out, eh?
Okay, I will.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I'll have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Why, Boston boy, better go and lick and drop now.
Well, I know you know because of your situation.
They tell me.
Because you ain't got no setbacks in your operation.
Because if you do, you're gonna build back one little one cup like this.
Yeah, but my thing is the scenario that you mentioned, and I won't call any names, but I just the scenario you mentioned about the church. My thing is that it just wasn't advised. I don't know where the advice came from, because to me, if you're gonna tear down, before you tear down, you should get approval for what you want to do. So that's why I still say this situation is different. Now I don't know all the details of what happened there, but my thing is when you tear down, you got to know what you can do before you tear down.
You got to have a plan.
They didn't figure.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but
No,
I
you
agree.
got to go all that. But let me say again, Carl, I appreciate you for calling. Like I said, as a fellow, me and him share a lot of things in common from the standpoint of being in ministry. Both of us from a professional. I'm engineer, he's architect, and I take what he says gospel. He's one of the best out there. Good man out there. Peter, you had some more things you wanted to hit on. I don't know if it's relative to the fire or whatever the case is. Of course, our hearts go to those victims. I don't know if we said you started by saying that those in Jenny Street, as well as those off of Collins Avenue. And there was a loss of life. With the one in Collins Avenue. So yes, there's a loss of life.
So let's just establish that. But I think that our constant refrain, but not our, but the people constant refrain on what the government could do and the government is the government that. You just setting yourself for heartbreak because the government is not. I think, and I blame the politicians on all sides. They need to first and foremost come out and establish a line in the sand on what the government responsibility is and what the government responsibility isn't. Because a lot of Bahamians in this country are confused about what in their everyday general lives the government is responsible for.
Hold on for me, the call coming in. Actually, this caller, you're calling the wrong line. You're calling the text line. All right, so we're not connected here. So that person who's calling now, we appreciate your call. Can you call back on? Well, I ain't sure they're calling for the show, so I don't want just go ahead and call them back. So if you wouldn't mind, if you would please call the 828. What's the number, Carlo? 335. Yeah, the 828-3543 number. That person who was just calling, call the 828-3543, not 2543. And then we'll let you on through. I don't know if that was the person.
Live numbers on there, bro.
That was the person. The person, Cody. I don't know if that was you were calling or somebody. I ain't answered that. You got a Bible says resist the devil, he'll flee. So I ain't following that. 828-3543 or 828-2543. Is that the Cody person now calling you? They said they would call you.
Yeah, they ain't got me.
Oh, they ain't calling you. Okay. Do you know Cody?
Yeah. That's my customer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Tell Cody. Tell Cody calling.
Call us. Then you want to explain to you. Everybody want to know what he
wants. Yeah. Tell Cody calling.
What do you want to show? Salt? What do you supposed to sugar? He supposed to do out the fire. I need to know.
You text him. Texting you.
Oh. Yeah, tell him 828-3543 is the number to call. 828-3543.
How long you been in the show? You know this number?
You just learned it because you could read the
You
thing.
don't get this. You always defending evil, man. You shush.
Anyway, so we'll let us see what happens. How do y'all feel about all the politicians, all the political parties, kind of crashing on the site? Well, most of them, all of them, they crashed on the site. They was there.
Yeah, well, that's what they do.
Oh, they supposed to do.
That's what they
What's the
do.
voice to get there? My people's the voice to get there.
Probably not.
No.
Probably DNA.
I can't believe if he was in the first because they always on the
I
ground.
gotta go on my man of business telling me falling down.
Yeah, I think DNA. I begged it.
But if you come there,
but I think it was the DNA.
See, your man of business problem is you come there, what you got? Just ain't the time to come to the talk.
Right.
No.
So I need to come there.
Yeah, you better put antennas in your socks.
Yeah.
Don't pump fake that.
They had something there with a candidate of one of the political parties. It was a WhatsApp video floating around. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe it was true because I know that they had a garbage can there to put debris in, and I'm assuming someone edited the photo to make it look like she had a campaign photo on the garbage bin. I can't believe that will actually be.
Hold on for me. The call coming in.
That's not proper order.
I trying to.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk.
Hey, what's up? This is Cody.
Hey, Cody. What's happening, my brother?
All is well, man.
Good. You were giving us some insight there. So go ahead. Let's help clear us up. Go ahead.
Well, my name is Cody Cash.
Uh-huh.
I'm a chemistry major, graduated from Prairie View A&M University. So my spin
All right,
on that was
Cody,
like, huh?
Cody,
Yeah.
I need you to use language that we can understand now. Don't take us too deep. We ain't smart like that. All right? So don't shake us. You be in the Prairie View, that means you next level.
Yeah.
So break it down for us, something we can understand.
Understand you dealing with some fellas here at the Guido and Brassa.
Right.
I apologize.
Thank you, sir.
Go for it.
I got y'all.
Thank you, bro.
Go ahead.
I got you. But basically, what I was saying is that why water won't be a good source of putting out fire, because I'm taking up chemically a little minute here, so just bear with me. Follow me. So if we take up the water by itself, and we know the molecular makeup of water, which is H2O, which you have two hydrogens and one oxygen atom paired together, covalent bondly. And
Cody, what I just tell you?
You lose our audience.
Cody, I just tell you.
Break it down in layman's terms.
I need you to don't talk like that 400 level course that you did. I need chemistry 011.
Right. Yeah. Basic. Very basic.
001.
001, sorry, not 001. I want 001.
Yeah. 010 is at that type.
Yeah, okay.
So with that whole covalent bond between the two hydrogen and the two hydrogen and the one oxygen.
Hydrogen, they going right from there.
You gotta be from H2O.
Go for it, Cody.
All right. So yeah, we have water, which is, everybody know what is H2O.
Right.
So in an open fire or any type of big fire, you would have a bunch of different gases that is mixing into that fire. So when you add water on top of that, you're going to accelerate the fire because of the oxygen atom in the water.
Okay.
You're going to accelerate the fire more.
Okay.
Because you already have oxygen from the open air that's already causing the fire to burn. But when you add water to it, you add like an accelerator to the fire. And that's why I said it takes so long for the fire to get put out, because you add oxygen to already oxygenated fire. But in order to kill the fire, you have to take out the oxygen. So the best way to kill a fire is by smothering all the oxygen out of it.
Okay.
It's just like a grill. So like, I don't know if any of y'all are on your grill, but like when you light your coal and you let it sit, and then you put the match on it, you put the lighter fluid and it lights up. After a while, the coal is going to go out if you close it, because you're taking the oxygen away from the air from the coal. But when you open the grill is going to automatically light again, because the oxygen from the air is getting on the heat from the coal, which just produced the fire.
Okay.
So what do you suggest?
So you don't tell us what to use yet, though.
So, like, what I wouldn't say suggest, but I know it's barely impossible. Knowing the whole economic situation or whatever. But like, we need to get more into more like sandy material, more into a foam, like, because like if we move to more towards those
Cody,
things, we could see,
Cody, when you graduate from Prairie View,
last year.
Cody, how long you been home?
Well, 6 months.
Did you hear the part of the show we say the pressure low at the fire trailer we get? We have fire where? Where in the world we was to find this foam?
Yeah, but I mean,
Cody, where we can get this foam from to smother this fire? Cody, what are you talking about? Give me something else. What you get beside foam?
We can use any type of sandy type material, any type of paste, anything that's gonna take the oxygen away from the fire.
Sandy type material.
But open it up for me, because we get plenty of sand. I saw that. I know we get according to Tito Leader, we get sand for this.
If we push it,
let me know what's sand.
Because if we could put sand on fire, not gonna hold fire, we be smoking up.
Man, listen, we rocking and rolling.
Sand is an option. Sand is actually one of the best ways to put out a fire.
So so that means now you telling me now we need to get a helicopter that can tow the sand.
I don't know if y'all like pay attention to American news, but when they have them big forest fires, what do you think the helicopters drop on the forest fires? That's sand.
Cody again. Cody. The more we talk to you, Cody. I try to help you, Cody. You back home.
You come right here and set yourself right.
Cody, you back home.
You might as well continue messaging on Facebook.
I know.
You ain't in Texas no more. You in Nassau, Bahamas, baby.
They doing forest fire. Cody, that department they get $1 million budget.
I know, but like,
Uh-huh.
I understand what you're saying.
No, Cody
and what,
can't get idea because when Cody coming to revolutionize the place stage.
No, we ain't got the budget. We got it, but Cody, who can pay you?
We got
because what you first of all do is buy a helicopter.
Right.
Cody wants to buy a helicopter. Then we got so Cody wants to put up to that fire now with 10 excavator,
right,
a helicopter. What else we need?
Sand blower.
We need a sand blower. Cody, how we can? Cody, you need to go back to that. Give me something else for Cody. I got sand. I promise you, I got sand.
But I want you to know Cody put plenty heat on.
But listen. I understand what you're saying, where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying. But like, I'm just looking to moving towards like the future to help us to save people homes better.
No, Cody, you're right.
A more quicker and efficient way.
Because that's what I would say. I agree with Cody.
I need to ask.
Yeah, see, we ain't disagreeing with him, you know.
Nobody disagree, Cody.
Nobody disagree. His ideas are
so who in charge
next
of the
level.
fire department and the bombs?
That's what we need to find.
That person doesn't have a helicopter. I saw that.
The commissioner.
They do not have a helicopter.
The commissioner of police in the jobs.
Yes.
Oh.
Where the commissioner police get jobs?
Where the fire station?
The fire department is under
the fire station and office is at East Street, boy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
They have a branch that did with that. They have a branch. Come on, man.
If I'm not mistaken, we go to police training and then we decide to fight. Then they stick it to another set of training.
Yeah, no, that's a different set of training.
So police officers are firemen.
You gotta be a police officer.
No, don't do that. As you try to do.
No.
I see you doing darkness, Peter.
And I realize where you're going with it.
Yeah, that's darkness.
Yeah, no.
You're being drowsy.
Hold on. Y'all wait. Cody, sit on the line.
Sorry, Cody.
Go ahead, Cody. Finish your point.
I don't know if y'all heard. I don't know if y'all heard about the fire that happened on 7th Terrace and Fritz Lane the other day, yesterday.
That's yesterday, yeah.
That was right across from my grandmother's house.
Right.
And I saw the fire like with my own eyes, like I was there in person. And the fire, well, we had 3 fire trucks that came. 2 ain't had no water, and the next one had 1 little piece of water, and that took them about 3 hours.
Cody, be careful now, Cody.
You're going to be careful.
Cody, be careful.
Because the commissioner of police said they would not send a fire
exactly.
truck.
I just heard that the fire truck will never pull up to the site without water.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. I must be.
Son was in your eye.
Yeah, he had to a son. Yeah, because Cody would follow. Cody, you would follow.
Definitely 3 fire trucks would be there too when they had the water.
No.
Cody, I think Cody, I think son was in your eye, buddy. Hey, Cody.
No, we agree with Cody.
So my next question would be why it take 3 fire trucks
to put out 1 fire
for 3 hours. The fire trucks have water.
And that's my point right
there.
Cody,
we don't want Cody. Don't
and if we could alleviate from that, like find better ways to deal with stuff, maybe the guy lives would have been saved. Maybe he wouldn't have died.
Well, these are questions someone need to ask.
Now, Cody, what I think you need to do, Cody, we need you to help us do this. You need to now take that fire concept, that sand concept, and make that thing more practical, as relates to how we can make that happen. Because targeting a forest fire, with the sand, that's very feasible. But now, I don't know, in our densely populated areas, if a fire breaks out, getting that sand on there directly from the top, that may be a challenge.
Let's look at the stuff.
So, Cody, I believe you wanted something. No, I think you come on right in time, because now you need to go develop this and figure out how we can do this.
I mean, I have a lot of ideas.
I can hear that.
I also have a concentration in forensic science too. So,
Cody, you need to go down East Hill Street.
Man. Call the commissioner.
And go and trade. You could jog. You need to go jog a little bit. Go there, join the police force. In good shape, you can jog, Tito.
But why should he have to jog?
Yeah, and yeah.
I understand you trying to say.
Yeah,
I just don't want to lose Cody.
For right now, I agree with that, boss. Yeah,
I don't want to lose Cody, so we need Cody to go jog. Cody gotta go jog.
No. Yeah.
Cody, while you're on here, remember I invite you to church. Please come to church. You will lose, Cody. How much we don't lose? Cody's the excellent horn player.
Cody's playing on do? We can't hear you on we can't hear you on the mic, Tito.
He's an excellent horn player.
Say again, but Cody, Tito.
He's an excellent horn player. I've been inviting him.
My minor is in music.
Chemistry ain't no real major. You want no real major. When we have real major, we don't have time for no minor. You ain't got no real degree, man. How you find time for minor?
Because I was in marching band.
I only play with you, man. I only pull your leg.
Yeah.
Cody, I mean, you have a lot to offer. First, we want to congratulate you, man, for finishing your program and coming back home. That's a big deal, you know. And
I may be on my way out.
Where you going? No, Cody, you can't leave.
Safe flight, buddy.
It's hard right now.
Safe flight, buddy.
Cody, I think you need to listen to your barber. We need come see me on Sunday. Let's talk.
You could tune in on Facebook, Cody. Safe flight.
I go into Tito tomorrow for my shave up.
All right, when you go to Tito tomorrow, Tito gonna make you. I want to see. I will meet you on Sunday. Real talk.
All right, no problem, sir.
All right,
I got you.
I'm proud of you, man. What you did your masters or you did your bachelor's?
I did my bachelor's.
Okay.
But I get an opportunity to do my master's though.
How old are you?
29.
How Cody you on?
Don't let the RB, what is Royal Bahamas, what is RB?
PF?
Yeah, RBPF. Don't let them make shit die good.
No man. We have a need for Cody.
You have a need
for We have a need for Cody. Huh?
Yeah, man. Not off the bat.
Yeah, not off
the bat.
Not in this particular season we yet.
Yeah, no. But Cody is the kind of people that we need. We always talking about advancement.
If you don't incentivize them, they ain't staying.
I kind of agree.
We need firemen, but we also need firemen to do up the wood 9 to 5 on the road. Let's be perfectly honest.
No, Peter. The guys that are on Fire Branch, they are solely on Fire Branch. They are Fire Branch solely. Fire Branch are not in the band. They ain't on the band. They ain't.
Cody, thanks for calling. We see you in church on Sunday.
Cody, we see you on Sunday. Thanks for calling me, brother. All right.
Hey, so no.
Reno, please go ahead. Reno Lewis.
Listen to me. You all listen.
Yeah, because you want. No, you serve. All right, so they go in the tree. If I'm not mistaken, Reno could correct me. All of them go in the training as cadets, right? Mm-hmm. When they realize or when they say, okay, I want to be a firefighter,
that's a different level set of training.
They start a different set of training.
And they switch over to fire.
They had to get training.
Yeah, but you want to go in training.
No, they ain't reserve.
The left fellas sit up in the firehouse all day.
Yeah.
And only make that fire. The rest of the fellas.
They don't sit now. Firehouse days be in the canteen.
3 days on, 3 days off. Nobody understands.
Them fellas.
Right?
I know I'd go. I don't know I'd go.
There's like
fighting grimes.
No man, they fighting fire.
No, Peter.
But there's two more than just fire, you know. Bad accidents stays beyond the scenes of.
Carlos, stop it. Carlos, stop it. Carlos, stop it.
You mean the fire truck, the rescue squad,
the jaws are like.
I trying to help.
Reno, I need you to call it, please. Reno, we need you, Reno. We need
trying to help the fire.
828-3543.
Yeah, man. I almost said a bad accident beyond the scene.
No.
Ambulance, fire truck, police.
Only the car on fire.
We know right now.
Yeah, if the car on fire, they'll be there.
If fellas out there could have been firemen and don't have to worry about that road with a fighting crime, be that more firemen in this country. You want to know that?
But
it's so much space. Peter, what you talking about?
It's only so much.
I only can hire so much. I can't hire every.
It's only 3 stations that's house fire. It's only 3 stations. You know much fire. You know fires.
You know much fire.
You know much fires.
Stay off, Gus. Listen. We are not here to discuss.
No, you don't wait for
no, they're not.
We're not. We are not.
Which department's overstaffed?
None. You mean in this country?
I don't know government.
Oh, you want me get
Yes.
No, I'm out of that.
You want me get covered?
Yes.
That place on Shirley and Charlotte Street.
Let me tell you what I think. I wouldn't say overstaffed. But there's some people there who get Ministry of Waste.
That's the old
Ministry of Waste.
Why Ministry will get plenty staff?
Ministry of Waste.
Them people on Charlotte and Shirley she get plenty staff too.
Niggas easily bring the side of the road.
And take the wheel walk and mess up people's car.
The next rocket might come.
You do nothing about it.
I promise you.
You cannot do nothing about it.
We make parks and beaches.
And do what?
Mr. Cartwright have to give me a
Mr.
stipend.
Cartwright,
Mr. Cartwright, no, sir.
The next rocket might come.
I really have them rocket in my car. I have a problem with them rock. I got a problem.
People in the
The
family
next
almost
rock-
had water.
The-
This speakers may pay our bill. I see the notice with BPL talking about them having issues with their fuel distributor because they didn't pay their bill, and you talking about their little bit shit.
I know what they.
Are you looking for
The
stipend? Are you
next
looking for
rock
stipend?
to hit my
I'll
car.
break your windshield and you do nothing.
I mean, like, I go by the other show.
And you could come. You could
The
come.
other show and
You
talk
could
about
go.
God.
You go.
Late night.
You go. You go.
Don't get straight up.
You
Make
go.
sure all your government taxes.
Pay it up.
And you ain't got no warrant
Pay
for your arrest.
Pay it up.
I get
You go there to make a report. And you'll have a different problem.
I read something.
Fella said tell you to invite them
I
to the
read
NID.
some.
Oh.
You owe your ID?
Oh.
Get rid of that.
All right
I
then.
read something the other day. Said, "Man, going to the court to get married." Like, he had to work. He got locked up. No more marriage.
Let me get some.
That's my friend.
Let me. I don't know where did you stop. Let me see something. Somebody said I don't know where. I don't remember where Carlos stopped. Renice says, Peter, it's probably generational property. Can you tell these persons how many homes to build on their property? Just curious.
I can.
Did you read that one already, or we didn't read that one?
No, we ain't read that one.
All right.
But yeah, the caller answered that though.
Yeah, he did. Right. Ricardo Roberts says they should seek to change the lots to multifamily lot and build a multiplex. Well, that's what
Yeah, that's what.
the caller said.
But I
Yeah.
can agree with you though, man. We ain't gotta got it.
Somebody, Renisa Anna say, Cody on it. Be encouraged, sir. They laugh at us on the Cody. Damien says, Cody is absolutely right. But the budget for his idea ain't got it. Then Damien goes further and says, Cody, your services would not be needed. You be blessed.
Because they got incentivize them.
And if they hire the young fellas, they gotta go.
Yeah, but then they gotta go. Then Pete, they gotta go. Pete, they gotta go. Pete.
We gotta find some type of machine.
Right now we are in consulting around you 90 and 85.
And that's true.
Wasting money.
No, but I can say this too, though.
They can get it done if they want to. Man.
No, I can say it on the radio. I want to say it. Let me say it like this.
Is
No, I can say it. I can say this to help.
Is it
I can say this to help the
Is it what?
to help the Codys as well, though. And it says to help the Codys out there. There are a lot of Codys out there. That we have to look at practicality, though. I don't care if we had billions of dollars sitting down doing nothing. We still have to look at practicality and the reality of our situation. And what I have found, and this is an encouragement to Cody and others like that, sometimes we stop short of developing our idea. Because no matter how brilliant the idea is, now we got to look at the application thereof. And now do the analysis. Okay, now how do I make this work in this scenario? Because I still have to sell it. Now, on the one side, you'd be like, man, you shouldn't have to sell it, this and that. You know, but you still have to sell it. No matter what, we got to sell it. If it's an idea, you got to sell it. And it got to be feasible. It gotta fit within the confines. And even if it's groundbreaking and revolutionary, there's still going to be confines. We don't live in this utopia where whatever you need is just there and you just pull it. No, there are confines you got to work in. So how do I take this grandiose idea and make it work?
Yeah.
One of the things I studied off in school, I said what we need is overpasses in this country for traffic. And I started looking at that thing. I started looking, and I see where you can get off that interstate or whatever we call that highway, where you can get off that, because we can build it up above, right? So we add in capacity. We got to go over the top. Where you can put,
Straighten someone's front row.
where you putting them columns to support that structure,
On the road underneath it.
and then
Make the road one way.
when you do that ramp to come off, right? You bring that puppy around. Where you putting that?
You want to tell the joke? At some point, someone need to tell the people in Nassau, look, we reach capacity.
It's too much shot.
It's too much.
That, you know what? Hold on. That's where my analysis ended, because that was going to be my thesis.
Yeah.
My thesis was to put, but I don't. I'm looking at a thesis area for my master's in I just, cheap plug. My master's in transportation, civil engineering. I say, you know what, man, I can design an interstate concept for the Bahamas. When I finish my analysis, I said, let's take it to Andres.
Yeah.
we could pull this off in Andres.
Yeah, absolutely.
This will make no sense in New Providence.
Absolutely none.
But that's you making no sense trying to pull this thing off. Because, so we got to look at, the point I'm making is that that the foam idea, the sand idea, I love them all. I think we need to take it further. What do we need to make it happen? How do we make the thing happen? Within the confines that we have.
There's plenty of sand to clean the jobs.
Huh?
There's plenty of sand to clean the jobs.
But if you have a house.
At least you love a house. I say, at least you love a house.
The next government come, they got too much other things on their plate. They ain't got no time for no phone.
Yeah, but we don't think. But this one I did. We don't think fire though. I tell you, fire.
What we think about?
Like that, we don't think about anything.
But to build in for fire. But I'm saying to build in.
To
To build in for fire is extremely expensive. That ain't no easy undertaking. One of the things they talked about was in I hear we get this wonderful plan now that we buy the airport of Freeport. It's wonderful.
Not buy it. We bought it.
Okay, well, we didn't buy it. We didn't buy the airport in Freeport.
It's us.
Because my question is now, when you didn't buy this now,
No, it's us.
what you can do when you look right across the road, you see that water coming in from the shore. That didn't come in a couple of times now. I 43.
Couple?
That water didn't come in a couple of times in my lifetime.
Couple times?
You have.
You could book that water like your flight.
Water come in the water Freeport.
What?
No, but no, I ain't got old Freeport. I get rid of that water by the airport. When you look right over the airport,
Pass up.
right,
They do the last 20 years, every 2 years.
bro.
That coming like clockwork.
When we do our analysis, we do analysis for 1 in 50 or 1 in 100 and 1 in 200 year storm.
Yeah.
This bad boy is 1 every 5 years.
That's why I just said 1 every 5.
You got this water coming in.
1 every 2 years.
So I hear this grandiose plan that we buy this airport. Hey, wonderful.
Right.
All right.
Right.
How we gonna fix
what they already?
How we can deal with this issue that's going on here?
You say build it up.
Do what?
Lift it up.
How are you gonna live it?
No, they need to lift it. They need to lift that. That's a bad. That shouldn't be no airport. That's what the people would say, but they don't would say. That's the gist of it. But you listen.
But this is not a part of Grand Barbecue, but the airport though.
What part?
I say you got to be
understand what the problem was. If you save me and that western end part of it, you say, I drive, Peter come for me. Where we going?
Nowhere.
Bro, I've been over there. Everything flat. But you carry me. You ain't no Highland. Where we going to? So all we doing in the boat is just driving around hoping for the storm to come.
You ever see water on the hood?
Where you going?
That's like water on the hood. Just
water everywhere. And by as far as you can see, that's just water. So I asked the guy who's driving me around and say, so bro, where y'all went? Ain't no Highland.
No, it says nowhere to run. He said you just buckle in.
So we may need to create some.
Buckle down. That's what you gotta do, boss. You gotta create some.
Somebody says Grand Bahama Airport needs to be raised at least 8 feet.
You mean 80 feet?
Voice off with that, and that person probably is right.
That's Radley. Y'all know Radley notes?
Yeah, that's Rads.
That's Radley.
Voice off, who paying for that? That's the voice.
No. You mean who paying for it? All of us do every 2 years.
And that's the question they ask. So at some point, there comes a point where you gotta cut your losses.
There's someone who just texts me and says, we can't hear Tito. Person, beloved, we've been telling Tito that we can't hear him. Yeah. We give up. So not only do you can't hear Tito, we can't hear Tito.
And I can be honest with you, some of the days Tito said it's best the nation will hear.
Yeah. So I come my barbershop friend.
So let me say, but Tito, apparently you're fans. Because your fans said they will hear you. They will hear you. We don't totally agree with them with that notion of hearing you, but they will hear you. I don't mind giving it out. That's fine. I think one of the things that needs to be done, if we can keep that site, we can need to develop a levy. That's what we can need to do.
We need to find someone to pay for that.
We just pay for that. we didn't pay for that plenty times.
No, but we need to find someone. You ever find somebody? Yeah. You know, like when you're playing.
No, Tito, you missing me. We just pay for it.
Pay for it. But this is
whenever that thing get damaged and get break up and we gotta go fix it again, we pay for it.
You know, when you playing dominoes, 4 y'all sitting at the table and you look at somebody and be like, "That's chalk."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what we need to find for that one. You find chalk. We got to find chalk. See, like the people who sell the dust, they found chalk. That was us.
So now we
gotta find chalk.
Okay.
So if it's the cruise line coming in and they need to do something, we gotta find chalk. Because that's the only way that makes sense.
We have to put a levy system there build a levee and it's earthen, we could find the material because you could just dig it up.
Right.
You could dig up the limestone, whatever that you make, and so what is just an elevated berm?
Yeah.
Earthen. It ain't got to be some kind of steel structure, whatever. We can just build up an earthen system, build it all the way up. Take a little while to do it, but I think it's worth the investment. We could build it up 12 feet high.
We need to move on.
14 feet high.
We need to put a. We need to put a. We need to put an airborne and we need to put an airborne exuma now. He move on. Grandma, you understand like that. Exuma rolling.
No boy, exuma rock and rolling. No. Calm down.
Exuma rolling though.
Yeah.
See, it's at a point where you got to focus on who rolling. Abigail's rolling too. That's why we need to focus back on Abigail. Let's be perfectly honest. And I love.
But that reminds me when I go to St. John's, like how the bad boys run around, the boys you like run around, they're going up.
Yeah, but that's a once a millennium type situation. Yeah, you want that. Abigail's rolling.
I miss Reno's comment. Reno said, so Peter, I think he missed the word think. So Peter don't think qualified people in strategic places in the civil service?
No. Not North.
Reno, you get your answers from Peter.
Yeah,
Peter don't think they're there.
Absolutely not.
I believe there are many very qualified people.
I believe there are many flunkies all over the place. Doing absolutely not.
There are many qualified people in the public service.
Some of the days
in the civil service. There are
many. Sign off on, they flunkies.
There are a lot of qualified people.
Flunkies.
Some wonderful professionals.
They are flunkies.
In the civil service.
They are flunkies.
A whole lot of them.
Peter, I agree with Pastor. There are a whole lot. You can't just be sitting here just saying off the wall stuff.
They are flunkies.
You can't like Tito now.
Yeah. Now we can need to take your mic.
You want me name to the Bibles of
No.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Because we can talk some stuff.
And guess what? It's 7 o'clock. It's time for the show there. I just realized it's 7 o'clock. Right on time. 7 o'clock. I came at the perfect time. It is now 7 o'clock. No, I can't let Peter go here and then run him back on here. I can't fool Peter.
Ministry of Health be watching them. They doing an okay job. Because honestly, it could have been worse. I think
Minister of Health or Ministry
of Health.
I think before.
So I should I mean y'all don't think the Minister of Health.
Before the pandemic, if you would have asked me to grade Ministry of Health, I was gonna give them under the ground. Now I get a nice low D.
I don't know how they make it.
From under the ground to a low D.
A low D. But listen, they ain't get much to work with.
A lot of people don't go to the hospital.
Because the government ain't doing what they doing.
And they renovating the hospital.
But from what the people have to work with,
they're doing a good job.
The Ministry of Health is doing a very good job. So I give them a D. Blame who's going there.
Yeah, but Peter, you got to get them to lie in and not if they doing a good job.
They doing a good
D ain't really saying they doing a good
they
job.
Have somebody who
no, Peter.
Oh, yeah. D is a passing grade. Ask the Ministry of Education.
And I understand that.
Ask Jeffrey Lloyd.
See? That means you function at okay level. You gotta see you rolling. Kevin, you a full drive. There's no way here.
So you trying to say the hospital ain't got a seat?
The hospital that is managed by Mary Librarian Walker, that is an avid listener to this show.
And she's doing exactly what she needs to do with what she have. And if
so
she had more,
the guy get a
so this is what I'm saying, though, Peter. You know what she working with.
You know how powerful is this?
She get a D.
No, but see, you know how powerful is this? And y'all read me the right when I tell y'all the Prime Minister will get a 3 out of 10. For the same thing Peter said.
You read you right out.
I think I gave it to you. He was an 8.
No, that's when he was on sabbatical.
They gave him like Peter gave him a 7.
Who gave him a 7?
Yeah, he gave 7.
No, we didn't do the Prime Minister. What Pastor asked was what grade this government get.
All of that?
Yes.
One.
See?
Peter, you give him a 1. Peter, a 1?
And that's just because I have to give him 1 because they there.
Okay, all right, hold on. You get hold on, let me ask this question. I ask this question. Peter, answer my question. What has been in your lifetime?
Yeah.
You're not 40 yet.
Yeah.
What has been the best grade any government has ever gotten from you? If that's a 1 that this government get, what's been the best grade?
I can give you the administration.
Go ahead.
The F&M between 92 and I would say 90, 98, 90.
Yeah, I said government. I meant administration. Go ahead.
Yeah, because around the 98, the Tommy D era, they started to slide off. He's doing a lot of voices. But between 92 and about 96, 97, 98, right about there, that 6 year stretch was very good.
What'd you get them?
And the they get a 7.5, 8, easy.
So you're all right. Oh, okay. So from between 92 to 98, you gave the first Hubert Ingram administration a 7.5, 8.
I was rolling. No, the Christie administration.
2002.
2012.
2002
Because see, you all
or
get people
2012.
you all get people better business. No, I vote so it got to be. People get better. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. You. I don't want you.
So hold on, grade that one.
I never call you up. But you all too worried about out of the corner. People better business. Yours is worried about the function of the country.
So that first PLP administration. What do you get at?
That's
On the Perry Christie.
Rolling.
That's 02.
Oh, so you get them the same thing you gave that 92.
Actually a little higher, maybe 8.5.
That's what 2002.
Yeah. The country was rolling.
So you get them in 2012.
Oh, you mean the African government who get fired? The African government coming in 2012.
So on.
No.
PLP coming in 2012.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, African coming in 2000. PLP 202, and then after them 208.
The last two governments.
207.
The last two governments be fired 0 and 0. There's no 0 and 0. No, excuse me. Papa gets a 1 for the roadway. No, I get Papa 2. He get a 2 for the roadway.
After the roadway finish.
But when you come on TV and I ask you questions about what you talking about and who in charge, you can't use a 1-man bar. You get a 0. Okay? Because you can't be get.
He sound like someone else.
You can't be no 1-man bar. They ask you the deputy leaders. You tell them don't worry about it. Like they say that like you get 0. I got you 0. But the road was respect. I mean,
okay, now the Christie administration after the Ingram administration.
Oh, that's one of the worst administrations in the history of the Bible. They get negative. I don't know if you can find.
Oh, they wasted this one.
Boy, Carlo, boy, listen to me.
You can close your eye and put your hand on it.
You're gonna feel the difference. You're gonna feel the difference in the box.
These are the views of Mr. Peter Wilson, everybody. Please understand this is Peter Wilson. And so this present, and so now what you get out, you
So you give the 2012 PLP
don't be honest
administration and this after them administration.
2012 PLP administration, right, who lost in 2017, was running against this after them administration.
They'd win.
I honestly believe the people could go in the boot and close their eye, just go there. And whoever come on there, whatever they stick their eye and go. This is it, whatever.
Now you talking about
yeah, that's what you can just go in there, just close your eyes.
Yeah, put the tail on donkey.
And whoever, and at the end of the night,
Man, the 2012 PLP government is back.
Yes, buddy.
they compare this government, They do actually. Could you imagine? And people
But
say
I did this when the brothers were talking when you wasn't here.
Yeah.
Have you factored in? Okay, so you compare these two governments.
Right.
You the last two,
The pandemic
and you put them right there.
and hurricane.
And you when you factor in, I asked you for no point grade, right? If you factor in Dorian and all right, this the 2012 PLP administration, this the 2017 administration. If you factor in,
the PLP administration would have done better with Dorian.
wow,
They would have done better with Dorian.
how do you think they would have done with the
The
pandemic?
PLP administration not put money on the ground, so they would have done better after Dorian.
Right.
But now there would have been some scandals, but it is what it is. They would have done better.
So Dorian, they'd have done this. So you think these would have done this?
Yeah.
Now with
No,
COVID,
No.
this government then,
Love Perry Christie. I love him.
right?
You wouldn't know Perry Christie's prime minister did. No. Can't make no decision. He'd have been figured who would charge him with 6 months.
Hey, but one thing with Mr. Berg last time is, boy, he can walk that line.
He listen.
He walking that line. He lead it too hard left.
Talk to you.
Or too hard right.
He loved. He's a patriot. He loved the Bahamas. But there was some hard choices, rightly or wrongly, needed to be made.
And he ain't make him.
That still wasn't gonna be made.
Right.
Now, the flip side is
he get
those
down
hard
trying to
choices were
subject.
made by this government. I think that's happened to be wrong.
But he make the decision.
But for making the call, you got to give him the. You got to
I
give
give
him.
him the respect. I'm making it. That's why I give 1. I give you the call and make it a call, but you get one.
Man, one is crazy.
Either
low.
that one that low,
One,
either
man.
that is too low.
You waiting Garfield feeling.
No, he ain't my feelings, but that is too low. You all have to be realistic now.
All the behemoths.
I love one man. Man, Peter, come on, man. I one man.
I thought I was in a bar.
In the beginning of this pandemic, on this show, I told you all from the start of the pandemic, I said to you all, when you all relinquish your freedoms and your rights, the king minutes.
No, you call it something the emperor.
The emperor.
He said the emperor. He did say the emperor.
I say, when you all relinquish your rights to the emperor, you all will never get them back. Because no one gives power back to the people. Okay? All those movies you all watch on TV where the hero and then the movies give the power back to people, that ain't never happened to me.
Yeah, I still watch the Vikings and Ivor's back now. Ivor come back to get that thing over again.
You look like he give back
Yeah,
like you remember Anna Gladiator when he say, and be giving wrong back to the people. That's nonsense.
Never happened.
That never happened. So you all give our prime minister, you all give him this authority, and he can stress that authority out, and then it's not staying in office.
Mr. Smith, good.
And there ain't nothing y'all can do about it. And when the next person coming here, they
ain't gonna change it.
You give any power?
No. But when he first did it, you see the next person. You see the next person ain't even make no noise.
The first thing was everyone's promising freedom of information. Right? Everyone's promising. Right. They were promising freedom of information from 1992. Go back and freedom of information.
And he ain't reach yet.
It can't reach.
No.
If I show you the photos come in my house
But I do agree with you, and I know Pastor can look at me sideways. But that 202 PLB government, that's one of the best governments we got.
Yeah.
Listen, as an engineer, I wanted them to win every election forever.
Listen to me.
That was a good season.
I can't see how they get beat.
Very simple. We fired them over bedroom business.
Absolutely.
They was rocking and rolling, bro.
The Havens was too concerned with what's happening. People
down Eastern Point.
You're too concerned with that.
But they don't want nobody in their business.
Y'all was too busy worrying about that to worry about our economic situation.
That's just the way when it comes to the light.
Because remember, right after that, a downturn happened in the world, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the way it is.
And remember, we going in the stop and cancel mode.
That's the way, yeah.
Boy, I thought about that whole thing, and I still, I believe we would have fared a little better 2007 to 2012
under the BLB
if it wasn't for the stop, review, and cancel law. Okay. Even if the FM stayed in place,
all right.
I think that stop, review, and cancel. I think that thing hit us hard.
That was a bad idea.
That was a bad move, it was. I mean, we don't support corruption of no form and shape.
Me and you told you we're not advocating, and we ain't just saying all those contracts.
Right.
Well, because we need
absolutely.
But to come there and just to stop the wheels of government.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
For you now to review and then decide to now go to a next tendering process to get it. That was no.
Yeah.
During the time of economic downturn.
Yeah.
I don't. But I get. Obviously, they didn't think it's going to be. The hit was going to be as hard.
They didn't.
As it was.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, boy. I was smacking the industry then.
Yeah.
That was like devastating to a lot of the construction industry, the development industry. That thing caused some doors to close.
Yeah.
Some doors closed, and then you add on top of that the road project.
Yeah.
On top of that, with doors already closing,
which was needed. By the way.
It was definitely needed, but it's poorly executed.
Again,
it was poorly executed. I'm again. That's my area of expertise. I would never go against any upgrade of transportation, whatever the case is, but it was executed poorly.
And some of the corrections now, you notice, slowly but surely, some corrections that people was recommending to them back then. You know they didn't do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That people sue them for and one over there. But see, no one willing to come back now.
Yeah, the biggest one they ain't do yet. They still waiting on them to do that.
What's that?
In my opinion. I still think Market Street supposed to be a do-it. Going north and south.
From a people movement standpoint, if you're just solely thinking people movement and traffic, it's the best way for it to be one way and one two way.
Street could have been one way.
But I believe
no, you have the option of doing that, but there needed to be one in and one out.
Right. So they have Blue Hill and Market. They right next to one another. You don't have no middle ground. I ain't even a roadway, but it's common sense. What people?
Someone speeding up and down was be on that Market Street.
there are a lot of speeders happening, and I don't like it. If you make that on the street, there's a lot of children get knocked down.
If you make one on the street,
make it one way.
It's just too traffic with people.
It still is. I think Market Street, like you said, that's a very, very valid point. That thing is too fast, man. What's happening on Market Street is crazy.
Someone say the problem why they didn't do it is because so many people live on the two sides of those roads that getting home to their house would be so cumbersome.
Not if it's both ways though. If Market Street,
what street you mean? No, if you do the East Street.
I don't mean East Street.
If you did East Street,
I don't mean East Street. Yeah, with all them side corners people is used and you could get.
All right. I understand what you're saying, but it can still work because now you have a middle ground. So I could come up 2 corners. I could go north 2 corners and go to my house. So I go down to south 2 corners.
You know that's a tremendous voting block in this country, right? You realize the reason why that wasn't done is strictly political. You know?
Well, I can't speak authoritatively to that, the political side, but I do know that there were several models done. Because, to doing a project like that, you put this thing in the model, you look at the homes, and you run your models. And I can't remember exactly whether this was the most effective model. I can't say for sure.
So what do they base it on, though?
I mean,
when you say effective. This based on what?
I've been out of school now, out of doing this stuff for for over 17, 18 years. And from then, when I was in school, we could create a model that would put every house there on the street, every house in them side corner. You could grab every lot, every car that's there, and you could put them bad boys in there with people going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You could do it, but you call them peak hours. You could run your peak hour traffic in the mornings, peak hour traffic in the evenings, and you could literally run that simulation. Put in your traffic lights and see where the most congestion is. You could have done that. So I can only imagine how advanced it is now to run a kind of analysis.
And that's why I'm telling them the decision not to do it, that you say, which make the most sense, which we all agree with, is strictly political. Don't let nobody fool you.
I can't speak to that.
I don't know.
You were willing to speak to
that. I don't know why. I don't know why you would say it's political when you have all the big businesses on Blue and Road.
Kill a lot of
business.
Yeah, but all the big businesses. If you go East Street where East Street stop. Let's go to the roundabout, right there by Independence. If you go from there to Bay Street on both sides, Blue Hill Road and East Street. Blue Hill Road have bigger businesses than East Street.
Again, you said right. Bigger business. That means I'm coming to you. What happens to mom and pop store, the chicken shack, and all them other?
But all them businesses on Blue Road hurt certain though, bro.
I'm not turning around, bro.
But nobody's turning around to go to them other shops too. Yes, all them are certain.
Yes, they do.
What about residences though?
Yes, who
has the most residences?
East Street probably.
So I think that would be then.
But I understand that, but I still feel like my point still I can still.
No, I think they saying your point ain't valid.
Your point valid.
Your point valid.
When it was a 2-way. Thank you, bro. When they turn it into 1-way,
destroy my business.
That whole strip
destroy.
Damn.
Yeah,
that used to be Shirley Street. Used to be one of the most flourishing business areas in this country.
When they turn that around,
they destroy that. They destroy that.
You know, I know, but y'all live out west, but people like me who don't live out west, I just got to plan with my party day. When I can eat a hot party.
Right.
I got to plan that.
Because it's just difficult.
Yeah, I did that party day got to come. I got thinking that I want to go hail Carlo, I want to hail Sean. Okay, let me do eat this morning because I can stop and get me a party at the same time.
Swing that way.
So I come my party because other than that, I ain't get me a hot party. Because I got to plan. That's what's planning. That's too much work to do it. So whenever you do those one ways and those divided highways and stuff like that.
Other areas yet to recover.
That kill Burger King too. Because let me tell you something. If you see me coming from Bayou and that direction, I'm not going all the way around to come back.
Go to Burger King and sign the speech then.
The people who own Johnson's Crack out there, they'll never vote.
Right there, Shirley Street.
They will never.
But they're rocking.
They will never vote a particular party.
The building I in.
They will. You know that.
The building I in. A lot of people don't recognize the building there. You know why? Because when you come across that line, you know what you're doing? Speed.
You are indeed.
You never look to your left.
Before the $1 million franchise of Bamboo Shack, there was Johnson's.
Yeah, Johnson's on
rocking and rolling.
And rolling.
Shirley Street, Robinson Road. There's a special blend.
I had to jump the window.
All
You
right.
got no number system.
All right.
Special special blend rule.
And because she's little, you always get the front line. So my mommy always send me. I squeeze over there to a jump up.
But you know when you live that way, they serve you. They serve their people first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah.
I mean, back to the whole idea of doing the traffic thing and efficient traffic once we get congested. One way is it can happen.
Yeah.
You can't beat it, and then people can suffer. It's gonna happen.
But you know the government model. Let the next man come and let them suffer.
Let them
You
deal
know
with
what I
that.
don't like? I don't like Prince Charles. I do not like Prince Charles.
That's a funny Scoutville road.
I think that's the scariest
That's one
show
of
in
the
Nassau.
Down there by Church Chicken? I don't know what they're doing.
But-
Popeyes. Oh my God, I saw the driveway on the map.
The whole road.
Yeah.
From you
I will never
cross,
drive in the inner lane.
from you cross Beatrice Avenue.
That's the one by Government Bank.
No,
The light by Government
no,
Bank.
Beatrice right there by
Can't
doctor,
take a chance.
by the Mary Center.
Can't take the
Okay,
chance.
okay.
Heading which way?
Headed east.
Heading east.
From you pass there, going east,
Dangerous.
You wanna
until you reach on the run.
I
To
wonder
me-
how them residents feel that.
To me, that thing is poorly done the whole way.
Yeah.
The whole way.
Yeah.
The lanes are too narrow.
Yeah, they
And
even
then,
have line up
and
properly.
then you top it off by these sidewalks
They need them to finish.
with these drainage grates. And one of the things I said when I spoke to them, I said, once you put these drainage grates there, we are designed to duck up. We ain't gonna drive on that.
No.
The lanes are narrow. You got a drainage grate coming into the road. I won't duck that. I don't want to drive on that. What can happen? I swerve over in the next lane.
But you
The
know
lanes
what?
are already too narrow. One of the things that we said, and I'll say it, I suggested it, that I told them that certain parts that should be in 3 lanes and not 4. And let's make the lanes reversible. Let's buy some lights on there. Y'all go to football games all the times, and depends on if you go into right there in Miami.
Right.
Depends on
The
where the
direction
game
of
is,
the
the
game, you
direction
go-
of the
yeah,
lane.
correct.
Certain lanes will go down. So my thought, my
Game day-
argument
game day
was
when you're leaving the stadium. Yeah.
my argument was make it 3 lanes where you can have bigger lanes, more comfortable lanes to drive. And in the AM, you have 2 lanes heading west.
But I know one thing.
In the PM, you have 2 lanes heading east. So now it's a 3-lane highway, and it's easier to drive. You can just have reversible
A
lanes.
particular group of persons
Make sense?
wanted that road to happen, and that road had to happen. Now, if you figure out what set of traffic that road alleviate traffic from, you'll understand why that road
Yes, sir.
had to happen.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Understood.
You understand, right?
Yeah.
That had to
It
happen.
worked.
And
It worked.
people don't hardly even travel on the road no
No.
more. And that was the point.
But I gotta go to baseball.
When you was going east,
Yeah.
everyone noticed a particular
Okay,
road,
now-
everyone was
okay.
on.
All right.
That
I
group
got
of
you.
concerned citizens,
I got you.
they made that happen, and that
got
happened.
you.
Get them off of this road.
Get them off of this road.
I have too much traffic on there.
I don't care, and I don't care how it look.
I got
That ain't my problem.
Anyway, guys, we didn't go on 22 minutes over our set time. We gotta go.
22 minutes late.
I forget we need modern producer back. Yeah, in a nice way now.
In a nice way, yeah.
I don't know about man, Donald.
But,
For you, Betty.
All the time.
but that's why I was waiting to see what they was gonna do with Fox Hill, because I think the Fox Hill road pretty narrow.
What road in narrow, bro?
That's true.
No, but you fucked in narrow, bro.
Because any roads now, like you said,
Fine,
even
fine.
the 2-way
Fine,
Market
that-
Street narrow,
Up
bro.
in St. Anselm's area?
Yeah,
And then that big tree that they can't move.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
went with the
Them
camera
trees.
tree. They pave around that tree.
Yeah, there are laws protecting certain trees, but I think but we gotta move some of them. Because the laws, I think a tree 4-foot diameter or more, you can't move.
Brother
But
man
that's
said,
a big boy.
Brother man said that's legendary shade around there. Don't fool with that.
Bro, that's on the tear up the road
Yeah,
and you're ducking
Yeah.
and you can
No,
cause
you're
some major problems.
you're right.
So I know the law says about them, but some of them we gotta bite the bullet.
But see, that's why them Foxillians got to get together as a unit.
So, but if they do that, if they make Bernard Road one way and Prince Charles one way,
You're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Not a day like it.
Prince Charles when he go east.
You out of your mind.
If you want to go west, you gotta go east.
I call it Rodney Mountain. I got to pick a time myself. I can be picking it. You out of your mind. No way. Folks, thanks for tuning in, man. We out here. We did a long one today. We gave you a full 2 hours. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday for another episode of Barbershop Talk. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Don't forget to support the spot. Open on this Friday. What's operation time on Friday?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock until right before curfew.
Till 8. On the bottom of that, 8 o'clock.
I apologize. 3 to 8. So you can order up until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, from 3 to 8.
Cake close 8 o'clock.
3 to 8 on Friday, and then Saturday the hours are
12 to 9.
12 to 9 on Saturday. So please go and support. The number is 805 the spot. Was it 805 spot?
805 spot.
805 spot. Call the number, support them. Appreciate you listening. Y'all have a blessed night, man. We out here.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production of Glory 93.9 FM.
Glory 93.9 FM, the people's favorite gospel station.